We're virtually at the high point of the day as we speak. A few stocks that are doing well. Sun Pharma is now up close to around 1.5%. So I think we should get the intraday chart of that stock up for you on the screen. Grasim as well was trading in the red. It's moved into the green. So pretty good going out there. And the Nifty Bank has been doing quite well. It's been a relative outperformer. And that's because a couple of stocks, even in the last few minutes, they're moving higher. IndusInd Bank, case in point, should come up for you on the screen. That stock has moved higher. So let's get the intraday chart up there. But the markets move higher when you have a heavyweight stock moving higher. I think L&T, that was more or less flattish. That's done a bit of an up move. And when that moves higher, it definitely helps the Nifty is up move as well. Now moving into the green from the red. And that's where the Nifty, in fact, is at the high point of the day. But let's move on there. Let's get chatting with the management of HOEC. Remember, the company is in focus as the cabinet has approved reforms in the exploration and licensing policy to enhance domestic exploration of oil and gas. We're joined by Mr. Elango, the MD of HOEC, who joins us on the phone line. Hi, Mr. Elango. Thanks so much, sir, for joining in today. Well, give us your take on the policy. How will it impact the overall production of oil and gas in India?
Firstly, on the area of the overall focus has been to increase exploration activities in the underexplored or unexplored area. India has about 26 sedimentary basins. Those 26 sedimentary basins have been categorized into three categories. In category 1, there are 7 basins which are where there is a commercial production is already happening as such. So in the last few bid rounds, the bidders have been focusing on these basins because there is a general belief that it is easier to find the oil where it has already been found. So that's the philosophy under which the bidders have been focusing on category 1 basins. I think this policy moves shifts the focus rightly to those 2 other categories, which are generally called the frontier basins. In frontier basin, there is no existing commercial production. So far, there has not been commercial quantities of hydrocarbon have not been discovered. So this move will incentivize the bidders to focus on those areas where the risk involved is certainly higher because there is no existing discovery of hydrocarbon, but the rewards would be correspondingly higher because if you manage to find oil or gas in these basins, then you would be able to retain all the reward other than just sharing the statutory royalty and cess. In a way, this was the prevailing arrangement with the public sector companies, namely ONGC and Oil India, under the nominated regime, in which whatever block they had, they were free to explore, and if they find oil and gas, they just need to pay the statutory. Now this is available to the entire private sector. I think it is an extremely welcome move. One only wish it had been taken at the beginning of the term rather than the fag end of the term.
Okay, Mr. Elango, so that's about the policy and the details there. I just want to come back and get in your thoughts on your own business. You had given a guidance of 150 crore in terms of full year revenues. You've already surpassed that in the first 9 months. What is the outlook on revenues and margins for the full year now?
Well, we should overall do better than the last quarter. The quarter is still on. There's been a bit of a fluctuation as you've seen in the oil prices. Gas prices are looking better and good. So we should post a better results in this quarter than the previous quarter. I won't be able to share any other number with you now.
Hold that thought, Mr. Elango. We have some news coming in on Adani Enterprises. They're winning bids for 5 airports. Now, we'll require more clarity on that. I'm sure our team is pulling in the reporter to fill us in on which are these...
Jaipur, Lucknow, Trivandrum, Mangalore, and I think Ahmedabad has been won today. The Guwahati bid will be open tomorrow, and Anisha tells us that they had bid for 6 and they have won 5 out of them. So this comes in as a big boost for Adani Enterprises airport ambitions. They won 5 bids, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Lucknow and Mangalore, and the other one is Trivandrum. The Guwahati bid will be open tomorrow.
Interesting stuff. So they won this, so it helps their ambitions. But I wonder how much money they will be spending on this as well. We'll have to keep an eye out on their on their leverage as well in the books. And I think Nimesh is breaking this, this information to us. We'll have to get Nimesh, and he'll fill us in exactly, how much money will they be putting in, and what's the outlook with regard to this. The stock has seen a bit of a move. It's come off a tad bit now as far as we speak, not really running away. The street would definitely like to know more details on this particular aspect. We'll wait by and we'll connect to Nimesh as soon as possible.
These were the bids which were put out by the Airports Authority of India to privatize the airports.
Right.
So this is the backdrop of that. And considering it comes at a time that Adani Enterprises was thwarted by GVK in its bid to acquire the Mumbai International Airport, this comes in as a boost. Because, GVK, of course, has formed up its own plans to keep its hold on, the Mumbai International Airport. But they won the privatization of these 5 airports, the bids which were put forth by the Airports Authority of India.
Okay, all right. We'll get Nimesh in. He'll fill us in with all these details on this particular story. The stock now is moving higher, so the street believes that this is taken more positively than negatively because it's holding with a gain of around 0.7 to around 0.8%. But moving on then, getting back to the conversation we were having with Mr. Elango of HOEC. Well, Mr. Elango, tell us, what is the cash in the books and your capex plans going ahead?
Well, our focus from now onwards is to develop the B80 block in Mumbai High. This is a block that we won during the DSF first round of bidding. So we are right now in finalizing the major contract for its development with a target to bring the first oil by mid of 2020, that is June 2020. So that's the focus for us, and we have the funds. Right now we have a cash in of more than 120 crores, and we are clocking a good revenue rate. So we would be funding that B80 development or share of development from our own internal accruals as such. So that's our next big target.
Thank you, Mr. Elango, for joining in. Now, Adani Enterprises has surged close to about 1.5% after they won the 5 airport bids. So, aggressive move by the company. Stock is at the high point. Get into a break. We'll come back and focus more on this story. We'll also get into a few technical trading ideas with our experts, Ashwini Gujral and Prakash Kaba. So, stay tuned for that.